Hi, good evening, everyone. Beta, today's aim is to finish Serrano chapter 3. We've already done almost the entire part of chapter 3 in the last class. Today, I want to discuss all the back questions of Serrano. And at the same time, I also want to go ahead and I also want to do one last thing which is left, which is how to find out equilibrium using the Lagrange method. So I want to also go ahead and discuss that. ठीक है बेटा, शुरू करें. So to begin with, I will first take few questions from the book back part of the book, and then I will talk about that Lagrange method. ठीक है जी. Okay, beta, read the first question that was asked. That is part of chapter 3 of Serrano. Okay, so what does this say? It says, I hope my screen is visible to you. The question is properly visible. Let's read this question. Consumer's budget equation is P1 X1 plus P2 X2 is equal to M. And P1 and P2 are original prices. Okay, beta. And M is the original income. If P1 doubles and P2 falls by half, what is consumer's new budget equation? How has the slope of the budget line changed? Okay, beta. One way to solve this question is assume some numbers. उससे आपके लिए ना solve करना easy हो जाएगा. So what you can say? Beta, you can say let P1 be 1 and P2 be also, let's take both values at 2. Easy रहेगा, huh? Let P1 be 2, P2 be 2, and let income of the consumer be 20 beta. Can you tell me from the last class, how do we plot the budget line? Yes, ma'am, we know. In order to plot the budget line, we take good 1 here. Okay, beta. We take good 2 here. And the x-axis intercept, that was beta M by price of good 1. And the y-axis intercept beta, that was M by price of good 2. So if I were to go ahead and if I were to actually make this, how will I make this beta? Income by price of good 1. So this is going to be 20 by 2, that means 10. And income by price of good 2, but that also means 20 by 2, that means 10. So I will get a budget line with 10 here and 10 here. Ye meri initial budget line ho jayegi. Everyone is clear with this aspect. This will become my initial budget line. Okay, beta. Now, beta, what has happened? Price of good 1 has doubled. That means P1 will now be 4 if it was 2 earlier. And it says, beta, price of good 2 falls by half. So P2 will become half of 2, matlab 1 ho jayega. So beta, what will be your new budget line? 4x plus 1y is equal to income of the consumer. Acha, nothing has happened to the income. You see this? It doesn't talk anything about the income. So income remains at 20. Beta, for this new budget line, can you tell me what will happen to the intercept on the x-axis? Yes, ma'am, we know that it will be income by price of good 1. So income is 20, price is now 4. So this will be 5. But what will happen to the slope, to the intercept on the y-axis? Income by price of good 2. So 20 divided by 1, matlab 20. So beta, we know that this will come out as 5. And beta, this is coming out as 20. So my new budget line will be this. So beta, it is asking if price of good 1 is doubling and price of good 2 falls by half, what will happen to consumer's budget equation? तो पहले तो मैंने आपको numbers के साथ दिखाया है. I have shown you with numbers that my initial budget line, it was beta 2 into x plus 2 into y is equal to m. ये थी where income was 20. So maybe I can just write 20 here. So beta, this was my initial budget line. And my new budget line that I have, it is 4x plus y is equal to 20. Is this clear? So now it asks you what has happened to the slope of the budget line. So beta, do you see that earlier, ये कितनी flat line थी? एकदम flat. अब steep हो गई है ना? So now the budget line has become steeper. Beta, can you tell me what was the slope earlier? Yes, ma'am. The slope was P1 by P2. So 2 by 2, that means 1. So earlier my slope was 1. Beta, can you tell me what will be slope now? Yes, price of good X is 4. Price of good Y is 1. So the slope will be 4. So earlier, beta, I was getting the slope as 1 and now I'm getting the slope as 4. So the slope has increased. I hope this is clear to you. So this is question number 1 of chapter 3 of Serrano. Okay? Achha, now I want to do this in the generalized way. Okay? So generalized में देख लेते हैं. So initial budget line, it can be written as beta px into x plus py into y is equal to income of the consumer. And the final budget line, जो new budget line है, उसको कैसे लिख सकते हो? Price of good X has doubled ना, तो 2px कर दो. Price of good Y has halved ना, so py by 2 कर दो. So if I just go ahead and suppose beta I multiplied 2 on both sides, so यहाँ पे here also and here also, what will I get? I will get 4px into x plus py into y is equal to 2m. If you solve this, you will get this equation. Clear हुआ? अच्छा. So initial budget line was this. Beta new budget line is this. तो initial slope क्या था? Initial slope was px divided by py. So initial slope was px by py. Beta, what is the new slope? ये है ना इसका coefficient 4px and this is py. So the new slope is 4px by py. So the new slope that you are getting, it is beta 4 times the old slope. It is 4 times the old slope. ये हमने without any number proof किया. I haven't taken any number here. And when I did earlier ना, I took numbers. यहाँ पे I had taken px as 2 and py as 2. And then I had done whatever the question asked me to do. So beta, in this case, if you notice, you will notice that the slope was 1 and it was going to 4. So it was becoming 4 times. यही तो यहाँ पे भी हो रहा है. Earlier the slope was px by py and now the slope is becoming 4 times px by py. Is that clear? Okay, beta. So that's the first question that we have done. Okay. Now beta, come. So how has the slope of budget line changed? It has become 4 times the earlier slope. Okay, but it has become 4 times the earlier slope. Clear hua? Achha, come to the second part of question number 3. Question number 1. It says if P1 doubles and M triples, what is the equation of the new budget line? How has the slope changed? Can I leave this up to you? Will you be able to do this? Just take some prices, beta. So price of good X is 1. Price of good Y is 1. Take income as 10. So equation क्या हो जाएगी बेटा? X 1 into X plus 1 into Y is equal to income of the consumer. This will be your initial budget line. ठीक है बेटा? अच्छा, आगे देखो. Now what this is saying? It is saying price doubles and income triples. कर दो. Just double the price of good X. Price of Y को change मत करो. It hasn't asked us to do that. And income triples. So beta, what will be your new budget line? 2x plus y is equal to 30. So beta, what is happening to the slope? Ma'am, earlier the slope was px by py. That means 1 by 1. That means 1. Ma'am, now the slope is px by py. That means 2 by 1. That means 2. So what has happened to the slope beta? The slope has doubled. So slope has doubled. Can you plot this? We can. So we can take good X here. And beta, we can take good Y here. So what is the initial intercept? Income by PX. So beta 10 by 1 क्या हो जाएगा? 10. है ना? And next time क्या हो गया बेटा? So let me put 10 a bit here. Huh? It will be 10. And beta, what will be income by PX later on? Income by PY क्या हो जाएगा? 10 by 1 ना? So 10. So this will be your initial budget line. Beta, what will be your new budget line? Very simple. Your income is 30. 30 by 2. So 30 by 2 क्या हो गया बेटा? 15. And what will be the other point? 30 by 1. So 30 by 1 will be beta 30. So something like this. This will be your new budget line. 15, let 15 be here. Huh? So what has happened, beta? The line has become, it was this, it has become like this. So it has become steeper. Line has become steeper. Is this clear? So this is the first question of Serrano. Okay, beta. Come to the next question. Now, it says the consumer's utility function is given to you. Graph the budget constraint and use this condition and find his optimum. Yahan par, beta, I want to focus on this question a bit. Whenever you see utility functions, which is of the form x to the power alpha, y to the power beta. जब भी ऐसा utility function मिले बेटा, which says x to the power alpha, y to the power beta, it is called as a well-defined utility function. It is called as well-defined utility function. Beta, isko na, let me take you to a new page. To solve a well-defined utility function, you have 3 ways. Kitne ways hote hain beta? 3 ways. One is called the method of Lagrange. One is called as the method of substitution. And one is called as the method of your equilibrium graphical method. Okay, beta. So whenever you have well-defined preferences, in order to solve well-defined preferences, there are 3 methods: Lagrange, substitution, and method of graph. अब इसमें से हमें पहला मेथड समझना है, Lagrange. So beta, what is my aim? Ma'am, my aim is to maximize utility. But whenever you want to maximize utility, you can only maximize utility subject to a budget constraint. एक constraint होता है ना, उसके subject में ही तो utility को maximize कर सकते हैं. So whenever you want to maximize utility, it is subject to budget constraint. Whenever you have to do constraint optimization, in order to do that, you should use something which is known as Lagrange. ठीक है बेटा, तो एक बार ध्यान से समझो. My aim is to maximize this utility function. ये utility function क्या दिया हुआ बेटा? X to the power alpha, y to the power beta. And whenever I have to maximize this, it is subject to a budget constraint कि I have to be well within my budget. Px into x plus py into y should be equal to income of the consumer. Whenever you get this, जब भी ऐसी कोई equation आए, use Lagrange. See how I'm forming Lagrange? In order to form Lagrange, you go ahead and you will write your objective function. X to the power alpha, y to the power beta, plus you will put something which is called as Lagrange multiplier. एक Lagrange multiplier लगाओगे, and in the brackets, beta, you will go ahead and write your constraint by bringing your constraint on the right hand side. तो कैसे हो जाएगा? It will be m minus px into x minus py into y. This is how we go ahead and we formulate the Lagrange. Now, you must go ahead and you must maximize this utility function. So how can I do that? Beta, utility kiske respect mein hai? What are the factors under my control? I can control how much good X I should consume and how much good Y I should consume. ये दो चीजें तो मेरे हाथ में कि कितनी consumption करनी है. What is not under my control? I cannot control the prices of the goods and I cannot control the income of the consumer. So whenever you will differentiate this